What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Sweet to the Soul podcast. It's your host, Nevaeh Galan, and I know it's been such a long time, I think almost a month, or maybe even a month exactly, since you guys have heard my podcast, heard my voice. I was getting a bunch of DMs, text messages from a lot of you guys saying like, yo, Nevaeh, what's up? What's going on with the podcast? Why haven't you been uploading? What are you going to talk about next? And let's just say it's been a rough April. So I am back though. I am back. So this episode is just kind of going to be like a life update. What's been going on? Why haven't I just been like uploading and just like kind of like laid back? So let's just get right into it. Alright, so the first thing I want to start off by saying is please pardon my voice. Let's just say April has just not been that kind to me when it comes to just life. But my voice, it's not there. Around this time of the year, I get really bad allergies, so my allergies started to kick in. And I also am coming down with something. Thank God, not COVID. I know, don't worry, guys. But it's like crazy. Ever since like we've had to transition into like wearing a mask all the time, our bodies haven't been exposed to like bacteria and diseases. So like once the mask mandate was lifted, it's like everyone was getting sick, and I just unfortunately was a part of that everyone. So I just like voice congestion, all that stuff. I was also just in Philly last weekend, and my friend said that I got the Philly plague. I guess that's the thing. If you're from Philly, let me know. But yeah, so it could be the Philly plague. We don't know. But I'm managing. I am not letting that stop me from recording. I was going to. I was like, my voice is just not there. I don't know if I should record an episode. But I was like, no, Devil's not taking this one. I'm recording an episode, so just don't mind the voice. But yeah, I have been MIA for a very long time, and I apologize. I know a lot of you guys are reaching out, and it's like my podcast, like I started doing this podcasting so I can get advice out and everything out to you guys about like stuff that I go through. But in return, it's also in a way to help me. So when I wasn't recording episodes for this previous month, in a way, it was just like, it felt like my life was off. My routine was off, because not only do I do it for you guys, but it also helps me as well. So I'm pretty sure the last time I uploaded an episode was like March 31st, I'm pretty sure. And that was my social media episode, if I'm not mistaken. So if you haven't listened to that one yet, go check it out. But after that, your girl was just in a rut. I had exam after exam, and I was just focusing on school. Not being able to upload was just taking like a really toll. And like me uploading episodes, I started podcasting to do it for you guys. I wanted to get my advice, my stories, my trauma, my experiences, all of that out there to you guys. But in the process of creating this podcast, it has genuinely helped me as a person. Having to like come up with topics and reflect on the things that I've been through has really helped me grow as a person. So I know like I was getting a ton of messages of people saying like, when's the next episode coming? They were anticipating it, and in a way it was just like, it was like heartbreaking in a way. Like I don't even know if I want to use that word, but like to know that one, you guys like are anticipating episodes every week, I love that. And also two, it just sucked because I wanted to post for you guys, because not only do I love helping and giving advice to other people, but it helps me when I sit down and record an episode. So as much as you guys were anticipating it, I was anticipating it too. But life just gets ahead of us, and that's like when you have to know when to limit yourself to certain things. So like I knew like, yes, could I have taken an hour or 2 hours out of my night one day to just record an episode? Yes, I could have, but then that could have been time spent studying, which I honestly have to say studying does come first, school does come first, because podcasting is just a side thing that I do because I love doing it. But I did not want to put something else that was more important on the back burner for podcasting. So I kind of had to learn that for myself and set boundaries for myself. Like, yes, you really want to record an episode right now, but you can't. You need to focus on something else. And that's something that we have to do with all aspects of our life. Knowing when to say no, knowing when to put your foot down, and when to say enough is enough, or putting yourself first prioritizing certain things over something that may not be as important at that moment. So then reason number 2 of why I wasn't posting, first one being just school, second one being that week of me posting my last podcast episode, so I think it was the first week of April, that weekend, I had gone through something that really set me backwards in where I was in my life. For the past year, I've been working on healing, finding myself after a long-term relationship had ended, getting to know more about me and my future and what I really want to do with my life here at school. All of these things I was working on, trying to get over. And that weekend, I had gone through something that to me felt like I had just reset. I was back to ground zero of my healing process. And it felt like it destroyed me. So I ended up going home that weekend because I just needed to be around something comfortable at that point in time, which was my family. I needed them in that moment of vulnerability. I just needed them. I knew that they would be able to care for me and support me and build me back up. So I did end up going home, so I was not able to record. I was just kind of to myself. And also at that point, I was lacking in school because when you get to that point of feeling like the world is against you, or where you feel like I'm doing all of these things, why am I not healed? Or why am I still having these same feelings over and over again? Where is my victory? All of these feelings, you start to just shut down. And that's what I felt like I was doing. I was shutting down. It felt like because one aspect of my life was getting teared down, that everything else around me was getting teared down. And although now that I'm out of that situation, it was not the case. But at that point in time, that's what it felt like. So I had not been wanting to study, not been wanting to do any schoolwork, didn't even really want to be around my close friends here at school or back home. I just needed something comfortable, which was my family. So I did end up going home for that weekend, spent some time with them, came back to school, and was just trying to get caught up with being in the school rhythm a little bit. So I was not able to record an episode and get it out to you guys. Then fast forward to that next week, we had a retreat here that was hosted by my school that I went on with my roommate. And it was definitely a difference in perspective from the following week that I had just gone through, was struggling a lot. Then to just be able to go on this retreat, it was definitely life-changing. Opened up my eyes to a lot of the aspects of my life that I hadn't been dealing with 100%. And it was probably one of the best weekends that I've had here at school. So just a little insight on the retreat itself. There was about 30 to 40 people who went on the retreat that were from my school. And we went up to a campground that was about an hour away from campus. We stayed for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And the whole theme of the retreat was called Anchored. So finding out what you're anchored to. For when you're going through a situation, going through trials and tribulations, what can you be anchored to pull you back to your center and to your common ground? So every day was a day to bond with the group in small groups and as a whole group with all of us there. I met people who I've never even seen on campus before, people who I have seen but never really had a close relationship to. So it was definitely a good way to kind of get out of my comfort zone and get out of my original friend group that I always surround myself with, and to kind of make other connections around campus. And we had reflection questions and talks that we would share about and reflect on every day, kind of just about like what your priorities are now, what you want your priorities to be, and how you can kind of get there. And again, going back to that theme of being anchored, what do you anchor yourself in? Are these good things that you're anchoring yourself in, or do you need to improve on what your anchors are? We had a lot of amazing leaders sharing their testimonies and their trials and tribulations and how they overcame them so that they can better help us overcome what we're going through, the storms we're going through, because as a college community, you're going to face a lot of different situations where you kind of feel like you don't have anybody around you because you're away from your comfort of being at home, being with like your best friends that you grew up with, but to just know that like you have a community here at your school that has been through similar situations that can help you and you can fall back on. And overall, the retreat was just a good way to kind of dissociate myself or disconnect myself with the outside world and to kind of just be present in what I was doing that day at that time. Because it's something I usually always struggle with is like being present. Like I'm usually always worried about what I've done in the past or what is for me in the future. And at times I can find myself just like overlooking like what's going on right now. So like the fact of like not being on my phone that weekend, being in tune with the people around me, being in tune with what they had to say, kind of like listening before putting my insight in. All of that was something good for me, especially coming off of the week that I had just had, where I kind of felt like everything around me was crumbling. Being able to just like connect and being present really helped me get through that. All right, so now kind of coming back to the present day. So this past weekend, I actually went and visited my two best friends at their school in Philadelphia. And it was kind of just a weekend to like reconnect with them. I haven't seen them since like last October, which one of them pointed out, like, that's the longest I've ever like not seen them. We grew up together when we were little kids. We went to school together. I was always seeing them every weekend, every day at school. So it was weird kind of just like not being around them for that long. So I got to reconnect with them, see what was going on in their lives. We went to a Jack Harlow concert. Oh my God. If you guys know me, I'm obsessed with Jack Harlow. I don't make it I make it known. It is known that I'm obsessed with this man. So when they told me that he was going to be performing at their school, I said, all right, run me a ticket. I did not care about the price. I was getting a ticket. So, we went to that. So that was awesome. That was last Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I was hanging with them, getting to know their campus a little better, going out with them, going to the city, everything and anything that we could possibly do, we were doing. And I even got a little clippet of me and my friend talking about our weekend. So I'm going to add some of this in. We're just talking about like how our weekend went. One talk that we've had with a stranger. So I'm going to add that in just to give a little spice to this episode. I am here with a guest. You want to introduce yourself?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. This is Eric. Wait, do we say the government or like just like
who's looking for me?
Okay. Wait, can I say the government or
you can just say my name?
Okay, guys. This is Ariana.
Guys, I haven't seen Nevaeh in 6 months.
We literally have not seen each other.
We've gone ever since we were like 11.
I know. That's like crazy.
No,
it's because we were home. I wanted to hang out. Didn't want to hang out.
I had COVID.
When we were home
for Christmas?
No. For like in March.
That was Christmas. What happened in March?
Or like no, there was a weekend when we were both home. Like recently.
Oh, because I dyed my hair one day and then the next day I had to go to church in Jersey.
She like dyes her hair impulsively.
Yeah, I've done it 3 times so far and I haven't been able to stop myself.
And it's only April. Like 3 times this year.
Yeah.
So yesterday we were hanging out, meeting some new people, and we got
I don't like meeting new people.
No.
One of my least
Although
favorite
you're like
activities.
sociable. When we were getting
so?
Chinese food today, you were like sociable.
Because he said he liked my hair.
No, like before that, like you were like talking to that guy with that like the dog situation.
Yeah, because the dog tried to fight me. I can be, but
like I think like you won't like if someone's like talking to you, you won't like not talk back. Like you'll make conversation.
I'm not gonna initiate it.
Yeah,
though.
I don't think I would initiate either. I don't think I initiate. Because like why am I initiating conversation?
I'm not that kind of
You
person.
could talk to me.
It's just too much stress.
But we got a life advice talk. About
From the worst person possible. No, okay.
We don't even know this person. We met them literally last night. This morning. It was 2 a.m. But what he had a lot to say to Ariana. He had a lot to say.
And I didn't like what I heard because it didn't make sense. Don't give me life advice.
So Ariana's going through a rough time. She doesn't want to be in school.
I want to drop out.
She really wants to drop out, but she knows that it's not a rational decision.
Rational if I didn't have to go back home to our hometown.
Yes, because there's nothing there for us.
It's very toxic. Like,
very.
Being there is emotionally draining.
100%.
And I just don't, no.
100%.
I can't do that.
But
I just want to drop out.
She wants to drop out. And I'm like, okay, do what you do. I support whatever. I'm a supporter. I'll support, but like, you gotta be like logical.
I feel like
realistic.
Okay, but what's logical about staying in school and then not knowing what I want to do and then
that's
spending
facts.
all this money?
No, that's facts. College is a scam.
College is a business before it's anything else.
Yo, yes. Yeah. I don't agree with that. I don't think you should stay just because like, because everyone goes to college, so like it's just like the normal thing to do. Like just go to college.
I don't care about everybody else.
Yep.
I just don't want to be like a failure in life. Like I don't want to end up back home forever.
I feel like having, like, a degree at least, like, gives you some type of, like to fall back on.
It's like, oh, you can get a job, but, like, most people don't even use their degrees.
They don't.
Like, the degree is just like, oh, you went to college. You spent a lot of money.
That's it.
That's it.
What was he saying? Yeah, I don't even
remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. He was just like, well, one of the things he was like, oh, like, don't care about. We talked about Kanye.
First of all, no. You're telling me to stay in school, but then you're gonna bring up Kanye.
Who's a dropout?
Like, I was like, no.
2 + 2. I'm confused. It's
not
adding up.
It's
not. Yeah.
Like, it didn't make any sense. Are you content with being a physician's
assistant? Oh, whoa.
So,
Yeah, this dude asked me what I was doing. I told him I'm in school. I told him I was going to school for physician assistant program, and he goes, "Are you content with that?" What do you mean? First of all, 5 minutes earlier, you just said, don't care about what anyone else thinks. If you're doing it for you, you're doing it for you. And then you just double crossed me. I'm confused. You double crossed me.
Are you content?
Yeah.
Being a physician's assistant, like,
I'm
a
like,
career.
I think
are you
so.
content with a career in the medical field? Are you sure?
Are you sure you want money? Are you sure you want stability?
Like, are you sure? And it's like, but what are you doing?
Literally.
What are you doing? What's your job? He told us.
Yeah, he told. I don't know if we want to expose him like that.
No, we're not going to. But
I don't know. So is college what you thought it'd be?
No,
not at all.
Literally, expectation kills everything. It makes you so disappointed.
High school did not prepare me.
High school.
I'm sorry. No, like, it was fun. Like, don't get me wrong. High school was fun.
High school was. It was. Looking back, I miss.
Yeah, looking back, I miss it. But no way did they prepare me for college. Like, whatsoever. I feel like high school was so routined. Like, it was go to class, do sports, go home, do your homework, and try to get rest. But, like, here I have so much time on my hands.
I'm gonna sleep.
One thing about me, I don't care what's not done, I'm sleeping.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
I'm sleeping.
Because there's nothing more important than my rest.
That's fine.
Like, anything's gonna be hard. Getting a job without a degree is hard. Getting your degree is hard. Paying the money is hard. Paying off the loans is hard.
Choose your hard.
Exactly. Basically, pick a struggle.
Yeah, pick a struggle, and let's go.
Whatever's gonna
get over
you to
it.
Where you need to be.
Yo, per Jack Harlow concert. Wait, yo,
yeah,
we saw.
Really
yo, if you're a part of the homies, yo, tune in.
yo,
tune in.
No,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Coughing,
it's on Do Not Disturb.
Notifications.
I'm so sorry. Sway Lee, Jack Harlow.
Sway Lee, look.
Sway Lee.
Nope,
oh yeah. Okay. Sorry.
I don't need evidence.
Yeah, we don't need evidence that I said this.
But
someone may
really
come back and tell me. He did good. He did good. Sway Lee brought me back to my middle school days.
Right, and it was good vibes.
It was really good vibes.
Yeah.
All right, and there you have it. That was just a little clip of me and my friend recording, just doing a little bit, getting her on the podcast because she's wanted to be a co-host, so I had to get her in somehow. But yeah, that was when I was with them this past weekend. Her and her sister, my two best friends from my hometown. We grew up together when we were very small. Didn't even know we were growing up together. It was kind of just like my parents knew her parents, and then fast forward a couple years later, we end up going to school together, all through elementary, middle, and high school together. So yeah, they are my two best friends. But I think that's gonna wrap up this week's episode. Just a little kind of update, getting back into it because I have not been here for you guys for the past month. But yeah, make sure to leave a like, subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to, leave a comment, and let me know what you guys want to hear from me next on my socials. And that's a wrap.